I'm from a really small town, Napanee, Ontario, in Canada. The population was like 5,000 people. I had no connections, didn't know anybody. I knew that I liked singing, and it came from a very pure place. On my first record, I was like a little tomboy and just wanted to wear pants, Dickies, Converse. And if someone put me in a dress, I wouldn't have been able to really be myself. It's important just to do what you want, even if it's different. Be the black star. I was born to be a crazy bitch. Or a superstar. My name is Avril Lavigne, and for a living, I'm a professional rocker. I write songs, I'm a performer. I design clothing. I have a clothing line called Abby Dawn. My parents named me. My dad is French-Canadian, so I just got called Avril. I didn't change my name because I didn't ever really think I needed to. I know some people do, but I'm kind of glad because it's cool because it's a name that you don't really hear much, so. Life's like this. I started singing when I was really young. Life's like this. When I was 2 years old, my mom said that I came home from church singing, and she knew that I was going to be a singer at that point. She called me her little songbird. I just love singing, being on stage. I did a lot of like musicals and acting, and I started writing songs when I was 14. It was just a passion that I had, so it was just something that was very natural for me that I just loved to do. I think I was the wild one in my family. I was the one out of the 3 kids who was always getting in trouble, even though I think about it now, I wasn't really doing anything that bad. But I was like the one who would like get suspended for drinking beer. I was the one who'd sneak out of the house. Just innocent, fun. So I was kind of the one out of the kids who was like grounded the most, but it's all good. I started learning the guitar because my dad had one. I just started playing and learning by ear, and taught myself how to play. So I use it as a writing tool, and I play a little bit of guitar on my records now, and I perform with the guitar. And then I learned the piano. I actually took piano lessons for 2 years when I was really young, but I didn't like taking lessons because I didn't like, I don't know, I don't read music. I'm more of a person that just wants to sit down and figure it out on my own. That's my style. Some people are really amazing musicians and can read music, but for me, it's just been like, I figure out my own chords and I write, and it just kind of comes to me. And then I learned the drums by myself also. So I like to play them up on stage. And then maybe one day I'll record the drums on my record, just to say I did it. I started singing around town, Napanee, at fairs, banquets, at the high school. So I just sang and worked really hard, and I kind of like made it my job. I started like getting checks here and there.
$15.
Started sending out some videotapes. I ended up going to New York to do my first demo deal, and I got into the studio and started to record some stuff, and someone had heard that there was this little 15-year-old girl in town.
There's just like kind of like a little bit of a buzz going around about me.
Yeah.
I ended up like 2 days later singing for L.A. Antonio Reed, who was the president of Arista Records at the time, and he just said, "Oh my God, I was having such a horrible day, and you were the sunlight that just came in," something like that. And so I was like, that's a good thing, right? I was like this little 15-year-old girl, and they were like throwing me up in the air, and they're like, "You got a record deal." So basically he signed me on the spot, which doesn't really happen very much. And I just remember being like, so what's like a record deal? Like, what does that mean? Because I was so young, and I was hearing all these big terms like publishing deal, record contract, record company, this, that. I'm like, what does all that mean? I just love music, and I just love writing, and I just love to sing. And I was like, I get to make a record? Wow. Signed the deal pretty much the day I turned 16. Moved to New York City, got to leave school, but my parents said I had to do homeschooling, which I said I was going to do, and I didn't. And it took me a year to make the record, and then Complicated was the first single that came out. And it all worked out. Thank God.
Fan mail under my bed. All this. Yes, I keep the fan mail. They always send me ties.
I'm not sure why I started wearing the necktie. I just did.
What more can I say?
I wore tank tops and ties, and I remember like one of my first shows, looking outside and seeing all the fans lined up, and seeing that they were dressed like me. Their hair was straight and had black eyeliner on, white tank tops and the ties, and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
You guys are dressing like me.
It was insane. I kind of have a tendency when I start something with my fashion, I kind of just do it for like a year straight. Like my hair's pink, it's pink for a year, or green, it's green for a year.
I do what I want when I feel like it.
Yeah, I think I should get a pair of these. What do you think? Right. I like this skirt. I don't wear skirts. What am I doing?
And then like every time I'd like change my style up a little. Like if I was wearing the tutu, they wear the tutu, so it's kind of cool to see that.
Chill out, what she yelling for? Lay back, it's all been done before.
I didn't really know what would happen with my record. I knew I was on a major record company, and I got like a good deal, and it was all like everything was possible. I had no idea it was going to be as big as it was, and as major and crazy. It was just like really exciting because I was so young, and it all happened right away, and it happened so quickly. I just remember it being really exciting for everybody, for my family and myself. It was just so much craziness all at once. It felt very natural for me. It was a lot of fun. I liked being on camera. I loved shooting music videos.
Oh, yeah. Look at that hair.
This video is gonna rock. I loved being on stage and rocking out. Hanging out with my band. And hanging out with lots of bands. It was just so cool. I think I learned the whole like negative thing on the first record.
It's a damn cold night. Trying to figure out this life.
It really comes a lot from the internet.
I don't know who you are, but I'm with you.
I was very hurt when I heard mean things being said about me, because people don't know you, they judge you, or they don't like you, or they do like you.
That's when I decided, why should I care?
But then you grow up and you learn Like, that doesn't matter. I always say there's the world, and then there's my little world.
Could you imagine like filming the reality TV show?
But when everybody's like right behind you
All the time? That would be so weird.
I thought you were thinking about it.
No!
What's most important to me as far as like what people think of me, or are the people who know me, like my family, my friends. Those are the people who do really know me. Family's a really important thing, obviously.
I'm starting to trip, I'm losing my grip, and I'm in this thing alive.
Performing is it's a lot of fun. To walk up on stage and to see people there for me makes me happy and very excited.
All my life I've been good, but now,
You know, it's work. I go out there, I have to sing, I have to sound good, I have to be on.
I know that you like me, no, it's not a secret.
I have to make sure that everybody is having a good time. So I have to be very focused. Nowadays, when I have a show day, I like to just like hang out and not do anything and not talk very much. You know, I have to save all my energy to go on stage, you know, either at 7, 8, or 9 p.m. at night. So all day, you know, I just gotta stay chill. Especially because when you travel so much and you're jet lagged, you know, your body is like extra tired and more tired out on the road.
Can you get ready in 10 minutes?
Yeah, so it's important to be really healthy too. My second record, Under My Skin, had like a darker kind of tone to it.
She wants to go home, but nobody's home.
A lot of songs kind of sound like breakup songs.
All this time you were pretending, so much for my happy ending.
And I put black in my hair.
Did you think that I was gonna give it up to you?
I wore like kind of like a lot of bondage pants.
He wasn't what I wanted, what I thought. No, he wouldn't even open up that door.
It was just the next step for me. I've always written all my songs, so that was just where I was at in my life.
You guys having a good time?
Well, I always say that my fans are the best because they're really supportive.
All right, I just want to take the time right now to say thank you to everybody who's come out here tonight, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be playing here.
They've been around from the beginning. I recognize faces. They're really excited. There's like a lot of young people, all ages really.
I just like her songs.
They kind of like follow everything, and whenever I get to meet them, you know, they ask really good questions and they send me really nice letters that are very detailed. So it's cool just to see like how hardcore they are.
Someone made that.
You know, when they tell me my music has like touched them or meant a lot to them, it's always really nice. But I always say I have the best fans. They're amazing and I love them. I've been doing this professionally now for 10 years, and I've had the opportunity to expand and grow, and I started a clothing line called Abby Dawn.
It's kind of cool.
And I have fragrances, Black Star, Forbidden Rose, and Wild Rose. And now the biggest thing for me is starting my own foundation, the Avril Lavigne Foundation. And that focuses on sick and disabled children and youth.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
So I have the opportunity now to go into other fields and to do more, and it's all a part of me and my music, and it all ties in together.
If I become successful, I don't want to get all like snap, snap, like, you know, like all like, you gotta like keep your ground, keep your head level, make sure that you're not all like, you know.